holidays. We're the 50s chicks. I'm Manali.
And I am Patricia.
And we're going to look at another Reddit post.
Okay.
Yes, we are. It has to do with whether or not someone is that into you, because you never know.
How you know?
They that into
You know.
But they do give signs. There are signs. There's always signs.
No, you don't want to know.
Nope.
You don't want to admit it, but you know, girl, you know.
For the most part,
Yeah,
we have. There are signs.
Yes,
there's gonna be signs.
And you know.
And the Reddit is titled "Maybe." This is a sign that he's not that into me.
OMG.
If you're writing that, you'd be like,
no. But I guess you just need someone else to tell you, and I get that.
yeah. Especially if it's someone you like.
Yes,
like
you got to have somebody snap you into reality,
Yes.
and I get it.
Yes,
I get it.
So she says, I've been talking to a guy for maybe a week or two. He lives a bit of a distance from me, so meeting up is not an option at the moment. We have a few things in common, but I feel like if I don't keep the conversation going, it will die. I'm thinking he's not that into me, but I also have difficulty with connecting with people. I either overshare or I try not to overshare and then seem not interested. I also feel if I ask personal questions, I'm being nosy. What's the best way to keep the conversation going besides, hi, how are you? How was your day? I'm trying to be interesting when we talk, but I have a long commute, so by the time I get home and feed the dogs, there's not much time to chat. I don't want to give up too early, but also don't want to feel like I'm dragging out something that he's not feeling.
Yeah.
And you're not necessarily, I feel like she feels like she has to drive it. And if you feel like you have to drive it, then maybe you just should.
But there's some things that could be going on here. Like if I was her, I would do the call on my commute.
Yeah, before she gets.
Yeah, I would do the drive because then that would make that go.
Yes.
But there's so many things that could be, and so many things that we don't know too. But if she's dragging it out, that means it's hard. And if it's hard in the beginning, then it's a done deal. Now, he could. And I don't know if she's saying what are some other things to talk about. If I like someone, I want to know all about them. And I want to.
I never even considered being nosy because I just.
Yeah, because I want to know. Because I need to know this. Yeah, and if I like you, then I want to know about you. And I'm going to tell you about my day. And I want you to know about like funny things. I don't know.
I love this response. Is this really a connection you want to pursue given the distance and the fact that he could be 3 raccoons in a trench coat?
It could be anything.
What's making you want this to work?
But and also, like, are they FaceTiming? Have she seen him?
Yes, this could be anything. This could be a scam. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, why not FaceTime? And I think I had said like the long distance, like the dating. FaceTime dating, like have planned dates to be doing something while you're. That way it doesn't rest all on the conversation because they both could be just shy or could be introvert. It could be all kinds of things as far as why the conversation isn't going. But maybe if they were like the cooking dates via Zoom or FaceTime or something that they were actually doing while they're talking.
Yep.
I don't know. Did she try those things?
Here's a man weighing in saying, as a man who doesn't always read the signs properly, I value direct communication. Maybe ask him if he's interested. I love personal questions, asking and receiving them, and would fade out pretty quickly with shallow conversation.
Yes.
Good point.
Yeah. Just say
Good point.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's somebody asking, like, what are the long-term goals?
Yes.
Would either one of you be willing to relocate? There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been talked about. Of course, they're only, first week, second week. I think she said 1 to 2 weeks.
That's enough time to have had a meaningful conversation. Especially if you're going 2 weeks in and it's long distance. I think something should be solidified as far as not a relationship per se, but just where this is going. Like, what are we doing here? We've been talking for 2 weeks. We need to, and even for long distance, you got to meet within, I would say within the month. I would want to meet before that.
Here's someone saying long distance often a scam.
Yeah. A scam. Yeah, and it could be, but no, but if it was a scam, they would be buttering her up.
Yeah.
They would be love bombing and buttering and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say maybe not a scam, because they want to keep her on the hook if it's a scam.
Yep.
But I don't know. He could be an introverted guy that's not very talkative. He could have been, I don't know. I think FaceTiming, planning a FaceTime date, something, I don't know.
This person says, I would just let this thing die.
Yeah, or that, let it fade out. Like, it will just fade out. And I've done that. Let the thing just fade out. Fade it out.
If you feel you have to keep the conversation going, then you're right. He's not that interested. If he were, he'd be asking questions about you and contributing equally to the conversation, so you don't feel like you have to keep it going. That is true. This is a true statement.
She knows that on some level because she's asking.
Yeah.
So she does know that.
Also, this person questions why even try to do a long distance thing. I want to find someone that you can get together with for dinner, cuddle on the couch, watch movies together, bleep, bleep, bleep. That kind of stuff. But that is a fair statement. What is the end game? Because
what are you planning
whenever we do these long distance thing or start them up, there's got to be some kind of end game.
Like, what are we gonna do? What would be the outcome here?
Yeah,
especially 2 weeks in. Like, I don't know.
This person says, I don't do long distance at all. Too many catfish in OLD, but that can be solved with a video chat.
Yes.
Which is funny though, because I don't know if you've seen all those shows about catfishing and everything else where the people that are getting scammed are showing, but we did video chat. They didn't really. It was a brief, like they send like a little film-ish of them saying something that can appear like it is a personal message, but it's really not. It's just something that they've taken from somebody's social media. So when we say video chat, actual video chat.
Yeah, that they've actually had a conversation.
There's a back and forth. You said things to them and they replied directly to those things.
Yes. Because I had that happen to me early on.
Yes.
It was a guy, and we were messaging, and I was like, hey, let's do a phone call. It was a whole big brouhaha. It took a while for a phone call. And when I heard the voice, I was like, I know this is not that person. And then so he was texting me, and I was like, nah, I know you're not. Well, I said, well, let me do a video. Let's do a video. Mm-hmm. And it was some pre-recorded thing. I couldn't even hear it. And I said, well, and I was texting. I said, well, hold something up or do this or wave. No. But it was just a video. It was a video, and I could not even hear it.
Yes.
But so, they will do that.
So beware of those things. Yes. People are correct about the scammers. They're out there right now, especially with places like Facebook dating, which has no requirements as far as,
anybody could be on.
Yeah.
Anybody.
So beware of that. There's a ton of, don't ever try to get involved with someone that is a celebrity. Like, that's just out.
See, my thing is, if you got to tell somebody that Brad Pitt's not calling them, and I know I'm being funny, but I know, but here's the thing is, if you're that far gone, and I must assume that people that get caught up in that have some kind of developmental or functioning issue. But if you have to say that they're already too far gone, they're going to,
and
they're going to do it regardless.
Yeah, some of the videos, the YouTubers that do the scam videos, these are people that have been scammed 5-6 times. And at that point, that's not even a thing. They're some kind of functioning thing. Yeah. And they actually want to
be
in
involved.
it.
Yeah.
So it's not even a thing.
Yeah. But yeah. So
yeah.
But yeah, the video, if you're long distance like that to where you can't even just get in the car and drive a couple of hours, you know,
Also,
you
she
still
doesn't
wanna,
say whether or not there's been video chatting.
you know, she
And
doesn't say.
I feel like there hasn't been.
Yeah, from the way she's talking, it seems like it hasn't. But you got to do video chat and you got to meet. I would say either start planning it within 2 weeks to meet, because I'm not going. Gosh, I would never go a whole month
There's
into
people
another
that go
month.
2 years.
I'm not doing
long
that because
distance things.
that's definitely a catfish. I would not do that.
Well, I had a personal experience where I was in a relationship for 6 months, long distance.
But you did video, though.
I did video.
Yeah.
But even then, when you
wasn't
meet
the
somebody in
full-
person, it's a different
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah. Remember the guy that I was talking to for a long time, but we weren't in a relationship. We were just, you know, it started that way, but we were just talking. We did a video, and then like a few years later, I finally met him. But he was the person he was. And he wasn't a catfish. He was just, what do you call it? He was what was he? He was obnoxious.
Yes.
He was just in that way. But yeah, that was kind of long. I mean, we weren't in any relationship, but we did keep in touch.
Yeah.
And we had, what do you call it? Phone fights.
Yes, I remember.
But we did eventually meet. We did. A few years later, we did meet.
It's funny that you had phone fights, even though you weren't even in a relationship.
We were not in a relationship. And we had phone fights.
Right.
Yes, we did.
There you have it. Let us know what you think in the comments. We love it when you contribute.
Yes, we love engagement.
And we're also on Patreon. We should mention.
Yes, we want people to join us on Patreon for exclusive additional
And I think
content.
after the new year, we're going to do even more extra on that and put some more extra stuff in it.
Yes. And we're trying to get it built up, get people subscribed and all that.
Yep. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And until next time, don't forget to live,
laugh,
and connect.
And I'm still going to do it.
Yes, you are.
I'm still going to do it.
There it is. Bye, everyone.